Title: From Rivals to Lovers. In the small town of Willow Creek, Ethan Caldwell and Lucas Harper were known for their rivalry. It started in middle school when Ethan, a studious bookworm with a sharp tongue, and Lucas, a charismatic jock with a quick temper, clashed over a science fair project. Ethan accused Lucas of sabotaging his model rocket. Lucas swore Ethan cheated to win. The feud simmered through high school: petty pranks, snide remarks, and a mutual refusal to back down. By senior year, they couldn't stand in the same room without sparks flying, and not the good kind. When they both got accepted to Westbridge University, they figured they'd avoid each other. The campus was big enough, right? Wrong. On move-in day, Ethan pushed open the door to his assigned dorm room in Hawthorne Hall, dragging a suitcase stuffed with books, only to freeze. Lucas stood there, mid-unpack, a basketball spinning on his finger. Their eyes locked, and the air crackled with old grudges. "You've got to be kidding me," Ethan groaned, dropping his bag. "This is my room," Lucas snapped, pointing to his name on the door tag. "Check again, nerd." The RA confirmed the worst. A clerical error had paired them. No other rooms were available. They'd have to deal. The first weeks were a war zone. Ethan's side of the room was a fortress of textbooks and post-it notes. Lucas's was a chaos of gym clothes and energy drink cans. They bickered over everything: lights out time, music volume, whose turn it was to vacuum. Ethan rigged a string of fairy lights to mark his territory. Lucas retaliated by blasting rap at 2 a.m., but proximity has a way of wearing down walls. One night, Ethan caught Lucas struggling with a calculus problem set, his brow furrowed in a way that looked human. "You're doing it wrong," Ethan said, leaning over. "The derivative's off." Lucas bristled, but didn't snap back. "Show me then." Ethan did, scribbling on a notepad. Lucas watched, then nodded. "Not bad, Caldwell." It was a small crack, but it grew. They started sharing snacks during late-night study sessions. Lucas taught Ethan how to shoot hoops in the courtyard. Ethan dragged Lucas to a campus poetry slam, where Lucas, to everyone's shock, clapped loudest. They began to see each other not as enemies but as people. Lucas with his infectious laugh and secret love for old jazz records. Ethan with his dry wit and knack for remembering obscure facts. By midterms, they were friends, the kind who'd save each other a seat in the dining hall. By spring, something else simmered. It started with glances that lingered too long, a brush of shoulders during a movie night that sent Ethan's heart racing. One rainy evening, stuck inside with a busted radiator, they sat on Lucas's bed, sharing a blanket and a bottle of cheap wine Lucas had swiped from a party. "You're not as bad as I thought," Lucas said, his voice low, eyes glinting in the dim light. Ethan smirked. "You're still a pain in the ass." Lucas laughed, leaning closer. Their knees touched, and neither pulled away. The air felt charged, like the moment before a storm breaks. Lucas's hand grazed Ethan's, tentative, testing. Ethan didn't move, but his breath hitched. Then Lucas leaned in, and their lips met. Soft, hesitant. Then deeper, like they'd both been waiting for this without knowing it. They pulled back, wide-eyed, but the dam had broken. Over the next weeks, they explored this new thing between them. Late nights turned into tangled limbs under blankets, kisses that tasted of coffee and promise. One night, after a long study session, Lucas tugged Ethan onto his lap, hands sliding under Ethan's shirt, tracing the curve of his spine. Ethan's fingers knotted in Lucas's hair, their breaths mingling as they moved together, slow and deliberate, savoring the heat of skin against skin. It wasn't rushed, just a quiet intimacy that felt like a secret only they shared. By sophomore year, they were inseparable. Boyfriends who'd laugh about their old feud over breakfast, hands brushing under the table. The dorm room, once a battlefield, was now their sanctuary. Fairy lights and basketball posters coexisting in a messy, perfect harmony. They'd fought, they'd fallen, and somehow, they'd found each other in the space between.